So I have decided to do my tool talk on NEWSEUMED. It's a super helpful website for history and social studies teachers. So first I'm going to show you how it works. So this is the main page. It usually prompts you to sign up or create an account or log into your account, which I definitely think you should do. It's something that I'm going to be doing. I just wanted to show you what it looked like without an account, just so you can see the surface level of what it has to offer. So as you scroll through the main page, it kind of gives you an idea of what this is all about. It says right here, it's a Center for First Amendment Media Literacy, so it focuses a lot on media literacy, which is pretty much the main idea of the entire website, which I really like, because I think especially with how much we're evolving with technology, most students are finding most of the information they usually need on a computer or on the internet or a device of some kind. So up here on these tabs, we have classes and training. So these are different classes that you can use on your students, but it also shows all the grade levels as well as college, educator, and adult. So even as a teacher, you can find things that are helpful for you that you can learn about, like gives you lesson plans and artifacts and videos and stuff like that, which I think is really helpful in a really good visual way for not only you as a teacher, but your students to learn from as well. It has news and events. You can sign up for newsletters and things like that. It gives you important things about their museums that they're connected with, conferences, just a lot of things that are really relevant in the country that day. And then over here, this is a really good resource. It's the tools section. So over here, it gives you kind of all of, see, it has 1,880 results, which is really awesome. Those are really awesome tools. If you remove all filters, then you can kind of do a little bit more of an exact thing. So if you're searching for lesson plans, it has 144 of those as well that involve maps and timelines. Then it gives you all of those that involve those things, which is really awesome. And you can also adjust it for your grade. So if it's for like a 9th grade class, you can do that. And if you need a specific time period, such as, say, the 1800s, it has that. And it gives you all of these different things. So even when it's a super exact search, it still has an abundance of options that you can choose from, which is really awesome. My favorite part of this website is the collection section. So they have these things called ed collections, where they give you a whole plethora of different resources that you can use as a teacher and can kind of orient a whole lesson or unit around, because they have multiple lesson plans. So these are all of the different ones, like Guide to Media Literacy, Free Speech, elections, all things like that. What I'm going to focus on is the women's suffrage movement, just because it's something that I'm really interested in. And then if you go to the Launch Ed Collection, it brings you to the entire page, and it takes you inside the Ed Collection. Again, if you get an account, it shows you it gives you like downloadable lesson plans and packets and things like that, which I think would be really beneficial. But see, it's free, which is really nice, so you can do that as well without spending any money really. And then on the additional details part, it says it gives you the topics and the grade levels that this would be good for. And then, so since we're focusing on media literacy, these are all of the different lesson plans that it has. So it says pick an interactive or lesson plan to explore. So if you go here, you can do one that involves historical connections, civics and citizenship. But since we're doing media literacy, I'll focus on that. This is called Weighing the Arguments, and this lesson plan is all about students distinguishing between arguments and opinions, facts and opinions, things like that. So it says that students take on the role of a turn-of-the-century congressional representatives, and this is all within the women's suffrage movement. So this is really awesome, and it gives you different materials that you can use, such as the women's suffrage map that you can explore. Again, you'd have to get an account to explore it, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's free, so why not? It also gives you really awesome discussion questions that you and the student should be able to talk about and discuss afterwards. It gives you follow-up activities that you can do. following the lesson that you did. And this is one of my favorite parts. It gives you all of the standards, the related standards that follow this lesson plan, which I think is really helpful because um, I often find a lot of really nice lesson plans that I think would look really fun and be really interactive, but unfortunately, I rarely find the standard in the Massachusetts curriculum frameworks that it lines up with. So I think that this would be really helpful when you're doing that. I think that I would use this a lot in more modern history. It seems they have a lot more information in like 19th and 20th century things, but they do have things that involve older, older resources as well. But I would definitely use this in higher level grades, mostly high school, like 9 through 12. Um, and I think that this would really help in supporting literacy because it has so many interactive features for students, that this would especially help them in media literacy, which I think is a really important tool for them to use, when, especially when they are heading into college or higher education in some form. So yeah, that's Museum Ed, and if you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.